Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky has arrived in Washington, D.C. for a high-stakes meeting with U.S. President Donald Trump aimed at ending the war with Russia. But the path to peace is facing many challenges and obstacles. Russian President Vladimir Putin has set clear conditions. At the top of his list is Ukraine must hand over eastern Donbas region. Donald Trump is backing the idea. The proposal, which emerged from a summit between President Trump and President Putin in Alaska, suggests that Ukraine cede Donbas to Russia. In exchange, the Kremlin has offered to freeze its military offensive in southern Ukraine, specifically in the regions of Kherson and Zaporizhia, where Russian forces currently occupy large areas. Russia has also promised to halt attacks elsewhere in Ukraine. Donbas, Ukraine's industrial heartland, has become both a symbolic and strategic centerpiece of this war. Long claimed by Russia, the region is rich in coal and steel, which are critical to Ukraine's economy. Control over Donbas would give Russia a grip on eastern Ukraine and deprive Kyiv of a major energy and industrial base. Military analysts warn that losing Donbas would be catastrophic for Ukraine. It could shift the front lines up to 80 kilometers west and open a direct path for Russian forces to advance toward major cities like Kharkiv, Poltava, and also Dnipro. Since 2014, Russia has used proxy forces and later launched a full-scale invasion to take control of roughly 87% of the Donbas region. Zelensky continues to reject any territorial concessions. He warns that withdrawing from Donbas would only pave the way for a renewed Russian offensive and insists that Ukraine's constitution forbids surrendering or trading land. Zelensky has stated that any discussion over territory must happen face-to-face with Vladimir Putin and only in the presence of the U.S. and European leaders. Russia has already annexed Crimea back in 2014 following a referendum and repeated that the tactic in 2022, declaring control over 4 additional Ukrainian regions, Donetsk, Kherson, Luhansk, and Zaporizhia, despite not fully occupying them. According to the White House schedule, Trump and Zelensky are set to meet today for one-on-one talks before being joined by a group of European leaders, including French President Emmanuel Macron, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, German Chancellor Friedrich Merz, NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte, and EU Chief Ursula von der Leyen. European allies have issued a clear warning, however, that international borders must not be redrawn by force, with French President Macron stating that peace must not come at the cost of capitulation. For Ukraine, retaining control of the Donbas goes beyond territorial defense. It's about defending a strategic shield, protecting its economic backbone, and preventing Russia from pushing deeper into the country. Even ahead of its invasion of Ukraine on the 24th of February 2022, Russia had recognized Donbas as an independent region and deployed peacekeeping troops there. As it began its full-scale invasion, Donbas was subsumed into it. For Putin, gaining full control of the region would solidify Russia's hold over eastern Ukraine and give him greater leverage in future negotiations. Now, here's how Ukrainians are reacting to the current peace negotiations. Take a listen to what they have to say.
Our guys died in the territories for this, not so that we would give them away just like that. And especially since these are our territories, our people live there one way or another. No matter how many Russian-speaking people there are and so on, these are our Ukrainians. Therefore, accordingly, all territories must remain with us.
Trump is more inclined to listen to the opinion of European leaders. If Zelensky went there on his own, does not consider Ukraine strong now, he constantly repeats that we have no cards. With support from European leaders, it will be possible to change his opinion to some degree.
How do we give it away? Donbas, he doesn't just want Donbas. He wants the entire Zaporizhia region, the Kherson region, part of the Kharkiv region, part of the Sumy region, and Crimea. He wants all of Ukraine.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.